Layla clutches her hijab, tears streaming down her face as her father's voice thunders through their London flat.
You can't marry him!
His face twisted with anger. Her heart races. She loves a man named Yusuf, the kind Palestinian barista who makes her laugh with Arabic proverbs and dreams of a life together. But her parents have other plans. A wealthy Syrian doctor from Dubai, a man she's never met. Layla's world feels like it's crumbling. Will she obey her parents, or will she choose love, even if it means losing her family? Keep watching as you and I together get to the bottom. Layla sits in her favorite cafe in East London, the rain tapping on the window. She adjusts her hijab as she writes poetry on her notebook, the cafe smell reminding her of Damascus. She shivers, missing the warmth of her homeland. It's a quiet afternoon, with only a few customers around. A young barista with dark eyes and a kind smile rushes past her table, balancing a tray of coffee cups. His name tag reads Yusuf. As he turns, someone calls his name from behind the counter, making him lose focus for just a second. And in that second, disaster strikes. Hot coffee spills over the edge of the tray, splattering onto Layla's sleeves. Some of it smudges the ink on the paper.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
It's fine. Just an ink and coffee.
As Yusuf sees Layla dab at the coffee stain on her sleeve, he offers an apologetic smile.
I didn't mean to. I really should be more careful.
It's fine. Happens to everyone.
Well, I will grab another coffee for you. That's the best I can do. Do you come here often?
Layla don't seem to listen. There's a silence of hesitation, but Yusuf mutters up some courage.
What were you writing, by the way? I mean, did I ruin anything important?
Was that anything important?
All that? Just mulling over business problems, examining opportunities, exchanging rumors, spreading gossip.
It was just some poetry. It's a hobby of mine.
MashaAllah.
Layla's ears perk up at the word MashaAllah. She hesitates, then asks,
Are you Arab? You sound like you might be.
نعم أنا فلسطيني من غزة أظن أنني لا أستطيع إخفاء لهجتي أنت أيضا لا تبدو متحدثا أصليا للغة الإنجليزية
نعم أنا سوري من دمشق.
It's always good to meet someone from back home or close to it. I've been in London for 3 years now. It's not easy, but the coffee keeps me going.
Layla smiles, feeling a connection.
A Kai man with a character who is a Muslim and is an Arab? That can't be a mere coincidence. I've been here 2 years. I come to this cafe to write. It reminds me of home.
Yusuf nods. Just then, a customer at the counter calls for a coffee order.
Duty calls, but maybe I'll see you here again. I'm here most days. Fi amanillah.
Yusuf smiles and heads back to the counter. She returns to her poetry, but her thoughts linger on their brief chat. Over the next few weeks, she visits the cafe more often, always bringing her notebook. Yusuf notices her regular visits and makes a point to say Assalamu alaikum, even if just for a moment, while he clears tables or makes coffee. During these short chats, they learn more about each other. Layla shares that she's studying literature and misses Damascus, while Yusuf tells her about his life in Gaza and his dream to one day open his own cafe. Maybe you'll write a poem for my cafe someday, he jokes one day, making Layla laugh. She feels a growing sense of comfort around him. However, deep down, she knows her traditional parents will never accept a barista with no wealth. One day, Yusuf mentions he has a day off soon. There's a halal cafe near the park. My sister and I go there sometimes. If you'd like, you can join us. Layla hesitates, then nods.
Inshallah.
They meet in the same park that Yusuf and his sister visit frequently. Yusuf's sister is there as a chaperone to respect Islamic values.
So what did you like about me?
You were writing poetry in Arabic. I thought you are a creative person. I am creative too. Also, you are an Arab, so there is a connection. And what did you like about me?
I think you are hardworking and modest, or because I like Palestine, or I don't know. Generally, I want to be around kind people who understand me and take care of me.
On their second and last meeting, Yusuf gives her a box that looks like a gift. It's a gift for you, he says.
Shukran jazilan.
She enters home hiding the gift. She hastily opens it. Her heart swells as she sees a bracelet watch with a tiny olive leaf etched on the strap.
It's beautiful.
She knows she loves him, but guilt gnaws at her. She lies to her parents, saying she's at the library when she's with Yusuf. Her mother, Layla, is strict, always talking about finding a good match for her. Layla fears what will happen if they find out. One evening, Layla forgets to hide the watch. Layla spots it while Layla washes dishes.
What's this?
It's a gift.
A gift from who? If you're hiding something, I'll find out.
The next day, Layla gathers her courage. She tells her parents about Yusuf.
He's kind, ambitious, and he shares our faith. He works as a barista at that coffee shop. I thought maybe you could meet him and his family. They are good people.
She says, her voice trembling. Her father, Abu Layla, slams his hand on the table.
Hey! A barista? With no money, you can't marry him. We found a Syrian doctor in Dubai, young, wealthy. He's coming to meet us next month.
Layla nods.
Layla, Habibti, we're thinking of your future. A barista can't give you security. You'll scrub floors like his mother.
Layla's eyes fill with tears.
But how can I marry someone who I have never met and, most importantly, don't like?
Abu Layla's face hardens as things get out of control. He keeps looking at her with his angry gaze. His silence hurts more than words.
Don't talk with him. Such men are nasty-minded.
By the way, it's really a shame. My daughter can't be like that. It's haram in Islam to talk to non-Mahams like that.
That night, her parents take her phone and tell her to stop seeing Yusuf. Layla feels trapped. She's always struggled with negative emotions, and now it's worse. She locks herself in her room, refusing to eat or speak. She sits in the corner, staring at the walls, her thoughts dark and heavy. Her parents grow worried. They know about her mental health and fear she might hurt herself or something worse. Layla knocks on the door softly.
Habibti, please come out. We only want what's best for you.
I don't see much hope in the future, and I just want to die peacefully.
Abu Layla joins in, his tone gentle.
Layla, ya binti, we love you. We don't want you to struggle. This boy can't provide for you, but the doctor can. Think about your future.
I'd rather struggle with Yusuf than live without him.
Their sweet words don't work. Her parents exchange a worried look. They talk for hours outside her room, their voices low. Finally, Abu Layla sighs.
If we keep pushing, we'll lose her.
Layla nods, tears in her eyes. They decide to let Layla's will overtake. They agree to negotiate with Yusuf's parents and set a wedding date. The nikah happens quickly in Yusuf's parents' small flat in Tower Hamlets. Abu Layla attends but stands in the corner, his face stiff, his presence reflecting his disapproval.
If she regarded me as a father, she would have chosen what I chose for her. She has betrayed me. She will learn it her ways.
Ah, the cheap, filthy minds of our young generation. They will do anything for their lovers, but not for their parents. They are dying just to be with someone. Pathetic. May Allah guide them.
An imam from the local mosque leads the ceremony, with Yusuf's cousins acting as witnesses. Yusuf offers an olive leaf ring as Layla's mar, a simple yet heartfelt gesture of commitment. Layla's face lights up with tears of joy as hope blossoms within her. However, as she walks away after the ceremony, a shadow of doubt lingers in her expression, shaped by the tensions surrounding her decision. Her mother's words echo in her mind.
Don't come crawling back. Don't come crawling back.
Layla moves into Yusuf's tiny flat, where her illusions of an ideal life begin to fade. The reality of their struggle becomes apparent. Yusuf's barista salary barely covers their rent, and Layla, having grown up in privilege, finds herself unprepared for the challenges of managing household tasks. She burns rice and breaks down over unpaid bills, while minor disagreements over spending their last few pounds escalate into arguments. Layla calls her parents for help. "Mama, we're struggling," she says. "You chose this life, Layla. We can't help you. You should deal with it. It will make you stronger," she says before hanging up. Abu Layla doesn't even take her calls. Layla feels abandoned, her heart heavy. One night, after a long day of juggling her studies and part-time job, Layla discovers that Yusuf has sent their rent money to his family in Gaza without informing her. The weight of their precarious life in London crashes down on her. She stands in their small, dimly lit flat. The fear of homelessness and the weight of being far from her family crash over her, her emotions raw and overwhelming.
I left my parents for you, Yusuf. I gave up everything to build a life with you here. And now we might lose the roof over our heads. You're the only one I have in this world. How could you do this to me?
Yusuf freezes, his face pale as he realizes the gravity of his actions.
My family in Gaza, they're trapped, Layla. My sister called me, crying, saying they had no food, no medicine. I couldn't do nothing.
You've put us at risk, Yusuf. What are we going to do now? Where will we go if we're evicted?
He covers his face with his hands, his shoulders shaking as he struggles with guilt and remorse.
But I should have told you. I should have trusted you to understand. I failed you as a husband. Layla, by Allah's will, I will fix this. You are my wife, my responsibility, my everything. I swear I will never make such a decision without you again. I'll take extra shifts at the cafe. I'll borrow from a friend if I have to. Just please, don't give up on me. I can't lose you.
The atmosphere in the room is heavy, charged with unspoken emotions. Layla turns away, trying to regain some sense of control. She walks to the window, staring out at the rainy East London street, her tears mixing with the raindrops on the glass. After a long, heavy silence, she gathers her thoughts, her expression gradually shifting from hurt to resolve.
We need to face this together, Yusef. No more secrets. No more decisions without me.
As they sit on the floor, their prayer mats spread out, they pray together, seeking strength and guidance from Allah. Over the next few weeks, Yusef takes double shifts at the cafe, working tirelessly to make up for the lost rent. He sells some of his belongings in an effort to fix the situation. Layla observes his efforts and begins to slowly rebuild her trust in him. 5 years later, Layla and Yusef live a humble but happy life. They open a small cafe called Olive Leaf. Their toddler, Khadija, plays in the corner.
Ya Allah, thank you for making my dream a reality.
Yusef smiles.